How do solar panels work? Simply put, a solar panel works by allowing photons, or particles of light, to knock electrons free from atoms, generating a flow of electricity. Solar panels actually comprise many, smaller units called photovoltaic cells. Photovoltaic simply means they convert sunlight into electricity. Many cells linked together make up a solar panel. Each photovoltaic cell is basically a sandwich made up of two slices of semiconducting material, usually silicon, the same stuff used in microelectronics. To work, photovoltaic cells need to establish an electric field. Much like a magnetic field, which occurs due to opposite poles, an electric field occurs when opposite charges are separated. To get this field, manufacturers dope silicon with other materials, giving each slice of the sandwich a positive or negative electrical charge. Specifically, the seed phosphorus into the top layer of silicon, which adds extra electrons, with a negative charge, to that layer. Meanwhile, the bottom layer gets a dose of boron, which results in fewer electrons, or a positive charge. This all adds up to an electric field at the junction between the silicon layers. Then, when a photon of sunlight knocks an electron free, the electric field will push that electron out of the silicon junction. A couple of other components of the cell turn these electrons into usable power. Metal conductive plates on the sides of the cell collect the electrons and transfer them to wires. At that point, the electrons can flow like any other source of electricity. Recently, researchers have produced ultra-thin, flexible solar cells that are only 1.3 microns thick, about 1/100th the width of a human hair, and are 20 times lighter than a sheet of office paper. In fact, the cells are so light that they can sit on top of a soap bubble, and yet they produce energy with about as much efficiency as glass-based solar cells, scientists reported in a study published in 2016 in the journal Organic Electronics. Lighter, more flexible solar cells such as these could be integrated into architecture, aerospace technology, or even wearable electronics. There are other types of solar power technology, including solar thermal and concentrated solar power (CSP), that operate in a different fashion than photovoltaic solar panels, but all harness the power of sunlight to either create electricity or to heat water or air. Pros and cons of solar energy. What are the advantages and disadvantages of solar power? Did you know that the energy sun provides to the Earth for 1 hour could meet the global energy needs for 1 year? Undoubtedly, the sun is a powerful energy source, and even though we are not able but to collect a fraction of this energy, yet harnessing this power by installing solar panels can make a significant difference to the planet. While it has been widely criticized for being expensive or inefficient, solar energy has now proved to be extremely beneficial, not only for the environment but also for the private economy. Thanks to available solar panel grants, as well as the increasingly competitive prices in the market, solar energy have become the main source of energy for more and more families. The technology has been drastically improved the last years and has been complemented by solar battery storage systems, turning solar into a significantly more efficient source of clean energy. However, there are always downsides no matter the energy source you choose to analyze. Green Match has outlined the key advantages and disadvantages of solar power in the following points. Advantages of solar energy. 1. Renewable energy source. Among all the benefits of solar panels, the most important thing is that solar energy is a truly renewable energy source. It can be harnessed in all areas of the world and is available every day. We cannot run out of solar energy, unlike some of the other sources of energy. Solar energy will be accessible as long as we have the sun, therefore sunlight will be available to us for at least 5 billion years when, according to scientists, the sun is going to die. 2. Reduces electricity bills. Since you will be meeting some of your energy needs with the electricity your solar system has generated, your energy bills will drop. How much you save on your bill will be dependent on the size of the solar system and your electricity or heat usage. Moreover, not only will you be saving on the electricity bill, there is also a possibility to receive payments for the surplus energy that you export back to the grid. If you generate more electricity than you use, considering that your solar panel system is connected to the grid. 3. Diverse applications. Solar energy can be used for diverse purposes. You can generate electricity, photovoltaics, or heat, solar thermal. Solar energy can be used to produce electricity in areas without access to the energy grid, to distill water in regions with limited clean water supplies, and to power satellites in space. Solar energy can also be integrated into the materials used for buildings. Not long ago, Sharp introduced transparent solar energy windows. 4. Low maintenance costs. Solar energy systems generally don't require a lot of maintenance. You only need to keep them relatively clean, so cleaning them a couple of times per year will do the job. If in doubt, you can always rely on specialized cleaning companies, which offer this service from around £25 to £35. Most reliable solar panel manufacturers offer 20 to 25 years warranty. Also, as there are no moving parts, there is no wear and tear. The inverter is usually the only part that needs to be changed after 5 to 10 years because it is continuously working to convert solar energy into electricity and heat. Solar PV versus solar thermal. Apart from the inverter, the cables also need maintenance to ensure your solar power system runs at maximum efficiency. So, after covering the initial cost of the solar system, you can expect very little spending on maintenance and repair work. 5. Technology development. Technology in the solar power industry is constantly advancing, and improvements will intensify in the future. Innovations in quantum physics and nanotechnology can potentially increase the effectiveness of solar panels and double, or even triple, the electrical input of the solar power systems. Disadvantages of solar energy. 1. Cost. The initial cost of purchasing a solar system is fairly high. This includes paying for solar panels, inverter, batteries, wiring, and for the installation. Nevertheless, solar technologies are constantly developing, so it is safe to assume that prices will go down in the future. 2. Weather dependent. Although solar energy can still be collected during cloudy and rainy days, the efficiency of the solar system drops. Solar panels are dependent on sunlight to effectively gather solar energy. Therefore, a few cloudy, rainy days can have a noticeable effect on the energy system. You should also take into account that solar energy cannot be collected during the night. On the other hand, if you also require your water heating solution to work at night or during wintertime, thermodynamic panels are an alternative to consider. 3. Solar energy storage is expensive. Solar energy has to be used right away, or it can be stored in large batteries. These batteries, used in off-the-grid solar systems, can be charged during the day so that the energy is used at night. This is a good solution for using solar energy all day long, but it is also quite expensive. In most cases, it is smarter to just use solar energy during the day and take energy from the grid during the night. You can only do this if your system is connected to the grid. Luckily, your energy demand is usually higher during the day, so you can meet most of it with solar energy. 4. Uses a lot of space. The more electricity you want to produce, the more solar panels you will need, as you want to collect as much sunlight as possible. Solar PV panels require a lot of space, and some roofs are not big enough to fit the number of solar panels that you would like to have. An alternative is to install some of the panels in your yard, but they need to have access to sunlight. If you don't have the space for all the panels that you wanted, you can opt for installing fewer to still satisfy some of your energy needs. 5. Associated with pollution. Although pollution related to solar energy systems is far less compared to other sources of energy, solar energy can be associated with pollution. Transportation and installation of solar systems have been associated with the emission of greenhouse gases. There are also some toxic materials and hazardous products used during the manufacturing process of solar photovoltaic systems, which can indirectly affect the environment. Nevertheless, solar energy pollutes far less than other alternative energy sources. Make the transition with Green Match. Has this sparked your interest in solar energy? We can help you find your best deal. Simply fill in the contact form at the top of this page and we will get back to you with up to 4 quotes from our professional installers. Take a minute to complete the form and save hours of research. Our service is totally free and non-binding. If you need to buy a solar panel or accessories, please click the link.